How's it going, guys? This is Twister, and today I'm bringing you another GTA Online video, and this one is going to be a top 3 countdown of the best slammed cars in GTA Online. So we're going to get straight into it, and we're going to kick things off, first things first, in the number 3 spot with the Slam Van. Now, you guys might be thinking, how is something this big and this bulky a really nice slammed car? And, well, I guess part of the clue is in the name, you know. Once you put the suspension upgrade on this thing, and then you can manually lower it by shooting the wheels, this thing can be dropped so low to the floor that almost the front bumper is literally sinks into the ground. You know, it's absolutely crazy. So once you get like a really nice paint job and some chrome like muscle wheels like I've got on this car, and then once you lower it, it looks really good, and it's so much fun to drive. If you're good at drifting, this thing is probably going to be one of your favorite cars. Like, I'm not too good at drifting, so I can't drift this thing really well, but it's got really low traction, and it hasn't got really good brakes, which means, you know, you can drift so long with this, or you can do some crazy ass burnouts. And like I said, it is big and bulky, so it doesn't handle too well, but if you can hold a drift and you can keep those rear wheels spinning, then it is pretty sick at drifting. But, you know, with actual driving styles aside, the looks of this thing alone, once you have dropped it to the floor, it does look so badass in my opinion. It looks so cool once you get like the chrome rims. The chrome rims go with like the chrome bumpers and such. So if you get this thing looking really nice, I think it is definitely one of the best slammed cars in the game. So there's the number 3 spot with the Slam Van. Let's go straight on to number 2 spot. So for the second best slammed car in the game, we've gone for the Benefactor Schwarzer. Now, I've tried to go with a little bit of variety within this countdown. I could go with, you know, all sports cars, because I guess that's what you could do with slammed cars. But we decided to go for a little bit of variety, and as I said, in the number 2 spot, we've actually got like quite a bit of a performance car, but this thing, it's so low to the ground, man. You'll be able to see the tires. The tires go through the wheel arch when you try to turn the tires, the front wheels, which is, it's absolutely crazy. And like I said, it's so low to the ground, it's mental. And just like the Slam Van, I think with all cars pretty much, when you actually manually lower them, it just makes them so much more slidey. It makes them way more drift happy. So again, if you're good at drifting, these slammed cars, you're probably going to have a lot of fun with it. Like I said, we've gone with the Schwartz, and for the actual colour scheme, not that it's really too relevant as we're doing slammed cars, but we've actually gone for a bit of a performance colour with the actual C63 AMG, which is what this car is primarily based off in real life. So maybe you guys like the colour scheme, but as for the actual suspension, you know, once you drop it down to the floor, it's so much fun to drive, and it looks so much cool. Like, probably the best kind of, you know, sporty slammed car in my opinion. And that's something I want to hear as feedback from you guys. You know, what are your favourite slammed cars in the game? Definitely let me know in the comments below. So actually getting on to how you do this slam thing, if you're not obviously familiar with shooting the wheels, what you need to do, you need to take it into Los Santos Customs, and you need to put the suspension upgrade on it, but you need to make sure you don't have bulletproof tyres. As far as I'm aware, if you do have bulletproof tyres on your car, shooting the wheels to lower them will not work. And what you need to do, you need to shoot the wheels enough. I think it's like nearly a full magazine with the standard SMG. You need to shoot the wheels so the chassis drops twice. Now, once you see it drops twice on each wheel, so you need to do it 4 times, one for each wheel. Once it drops twice, that means you've fully manually lowered it, and that's how I've achieved the results that you're seeing in this video. So there's a quick explanation, just in case you guys were unfamiliar of how to do this little trick in GTA Online. There you go. But as we said, we chose the Schwarzer for number 2, just for a little bit of variety, and the fact that this thing looks badass and so cool, and it's so fun to drive once you have actually got it slammed. So there we go for the number 2 spot, and let's get straight in to the number 1 spot. Now, for the number 1 spot, I've decided to go for a really nice clean looking car, and this one is the Karin Intruder. Now, this one is actually a sedan, and I'm not too sure what it's based off of in real life, but in my opinion, it's definitely one of the nicest and cleanest cars once you do get all the slammed modification. You know, we've got the rear bumper modification, we've got the skirting modifications. I think we've got a little bit of exhaust modifications. And then once you black out the windows, put some really nice chrome rims on it, I think this thing looks really nice in white now. it hasn't got like too many racing modifications on it, you know, like massive spoilers or anything and drift wings. But like I said, it just looks really nice and really clean. You know, I've even gone for the nice white neons. You know, we just kept it all white, and obviously the chrome rims. I think that just looks really nice. You know, it's nothing too flashy, nothing too in your face, nothing too bright or vibrant. Just really nice and clean, and that is why I've chose this as number one. Now, as for drifting, when you slide it around with the slammed modifications, it doesn't drift as well as the two previous modifications. It's easier to control, but it doesn't get those really nice holding drifts that the previous two cars get, which might make it a little less fun to drive. But I think it just looks so nice and clean, and that's definitely why I've chose this as the number one car. It's also a really underrated car. You know, it's not too bad for performance, you know, in terms of races, and it's quite an underrated car. You know, you don't see it a lot, which is another reason why I've chosen it. You know, it's quite an underrated car. It's something you wouldn't really expect, something you wouldn't really see. So there we go. There's the top 3 countdown of my personal top 3 favourite slammed cars. Like I said before, definitely let me know your top 3 favourite slammed cars, or even top 5, or even top 10 if you have so many slammed cars that you like to drive around in GTA Online. So definitely let me know your choices in the comments below. And if you did enjoy the video, definitely make sure you do leave it a like rating. And I do plan on keeping this, like, you know, countdown series going with, you know, different like top 3s or top 5 countdowns. You know, last time we did top 3 cars to drive in first person, so if you did miss that, I'll also link it down in the description so you guys can watch that. And yeah, make sure you leave your suggestions as well if you've got any more suggestions for like top 3 or top 5 car countdowns and showcases. And with all that being said, I'll hopefully see you all in my next video. See you later, guys.